Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Oliver, and I'm here with a review for you of the 12-core Apple Mac Pro. As you may know, the Mac Pro is Apple's highest-end model lineup of the Mac operating system and Mac processing power, going up to 12 cores inside the unit itself, which makes it even more a pleasure of an experience to even work with. Of course, my setup is really pleasing to me, and I can't wait to even extend it more as time goes on and new models come out. So I'm running the 2.66 top-end 12-core Mac Pro line. Now, the Mac Pro models also come as low as a 4-core to a 6-core to an 8-core and a 12-core. And I've had experiences with the 8 and the 12-core model, and 3 of them have gone in and out of here. So I'm really had experience in my hands-on with Mac Pro models. Now, as far as this model goes, it's a stock 12-core model with 2 6-cores in it virtually. So you're going to be looking at the 6-core model, have 2 of them into this unit, and it became a 12-core machine intact. So I have 6 gigabytes of RAM into it, and it also has a turbo boost and hyper-threading technologies, which even makes editing and my workflow even better and faster, which I'm really pleased about, of course. And the overall experience I couldn't be happier about, but also it comes with the price. All I can say is that all the power I get from here is worth every penny that you're going to get the Mac Pro for, and you're going to be putting even more money to the setup, but of course it's going to be even more worth it in the end once you get running with it and start enjoying it. So I have been using the Mac Pro, as I said, since the 2008 models came out. I've gone from Nehalem, and now we're at Westmere. So hopefully we're going to be seeing some new Mac Pro models come out, but I did hop on this one because I needed my new machine running. So that's really why I hopped on the 12 core that I've had. Now, the 12 core is one of the highest end powerhouses that you're going to see on the market running Mac OS X, and you can see I have Mac OS X 10.7 line running on here. Now, we're going to do some Geekbench scores in just a minute, but really the differences between a 2.66 and the highest end 2.93, and even the stock version that I have here, extending it very soon, which I'll tell you about in just a minute as well, is really not that off. I mean, I got a 20,000 score with this in a Geekbench, which I'll show you in a second, and I also got, as I also looked up, the 2.93 only got about 1,000 more at a 21,000 mark point in a Geekbench score overall. So we're not going to be seeing too many differences going on here with Geekbench and the Mac Pro, but we're going to go ahead and do the test anyway right now. So I have Geekbench loaded up here, and it's going to be doing some benchmark tests as far as the processor goes. Now, one thing to note, I do have ScreenFlow running in the background, which is recording the screencast as I speak, so it is putting some processing power towards that application to load it up. So it's not going to be true, but it is going to be extremely close to what I got right when I did it before this video started. So we're running on a stock Mac Pro, and of course I'm going to be extending it to about 6 more gigabytes of RAM and 2 SSD drives, as I have 2 terabytes inside the unit as well, and 2 terabytes externally, which I have off-site. So I have 4 terabytes of storage and 6 gigabytes of RAM, which I'm looking towards upgrading as we get closer to the dates. So I'm going to be going on and putting the Geekbench score here, and here's a timer to go along with it to tell you how long the Geekbench took on the test. Now, as you can see, I have Geekbench running up here, and it went to 20,037, as it did get higher than 20,000 to almost 21,000 before I did this video. But you can just see for yourself how things are going on here. The L3 cache went to 12 megabytes, which I'm pretty happy about, and I'm running a 2.67 processor, as it says, with 6 gigabytes of RAM. So of course, if you have more RAM, you're going to have more snappy on the front end when you're doing some editing or any other tasks on your Mac. But other than that, it can work extremely nicely if you wanted to run a Mac Pro with a server with Mac OS X Lion, have multiple drives in it, and it does the job. So I'm really happy about the Geekbench score here at 20,000 being one of the top end Mac Pros. Now, of course, as I just mentioned, the 12-core 2.93 Mac Pro didn't get too much of a higher score than this. So even if you wanted to jump from 2.66 to 2.93 as far as the Mac Pro models go, you're not going to see too much of a performance difference, but you're going to see something that will give you more processing power. Either you know, if you're doing Final Cut or editing or doing any other small task, you're going to see a little processor boost there. All in all I can really say is I have been extremely satisfied with the Mac Pro lineup. Even though, you know, as I said, it can get a little pricey, it's worth every cent of power you're getting from here. Now, my current setup, just to state what's going on, as the Mac Pro does have many inputs, so that's one plus of the Mac Pro. You don't really have to have too many you know, USB hubs going everywhere. It just goes right to the end of the Mac Pro, and it is a tower machine, so it's not like an iMac that you can have a monitor intact with it. So I'm running a 27-inch LED cinema display, as you're seeing on the 2560 by 1440 resolution, and that is really what's connected to the Mac Pro via DisplayPort. Now, one highlight of the MacBook Pro as well is that you can have about 2 to 3 displays connected on the back end via DVI and mini DisplayPort. So I could have, you know, 56 inches almost of a processor, you know, speed going along with the display, which would be 56 inches if I, you know, put 2 cinema displays together, of course. So I'm really happy about my setup personally here in the studio, of course, with everything else, with the 12-core Mac Pro, which is running fantastic. As you can see, I'm running some high-end applications as well. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you can, as I would really appreciate it, you could go ahead and leave a comment below, and also like this video, as it does help me out. You could also follow me on Twitter to be updated on everything that's going on, but please feel free to leave any comments below regarding the Mac Pro, and I'll do my best to get back to you. Take care, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.